Masahiro Sakurai, the man who invaded our gaming YouTuber space with as much actual professional knowledge as you can ever expect anyone to have, which is cheating. Just cheating if you ask me. We're all just making this stuff up. You come in here with actual knowledge? This is our space. He has mercifully ended his YouTube channel. He came in, did our job way better than any of us actually could. And fortunately for us, it has finally come to an end. I am joking, of course. It is disappointing to see it all end because it is a great channel. And it's funny, I was keeping up for a little bit when he first started posting, but like he's just posted so much. He posted multiple videos per week. He's got hundreds of videos on his channel now. They're all so good. And one of these days I am going to sit down and just like watch through them all because they're incredible. They're amazing. It's such incredible insight into game design, so many amazing just like tips, so many thought-provoking ideas just about the process of making games and the way that games feel. It is just an incredible resource. But he finally posted his very final video, and the whole thing, it was kind of a behind-the-scenes, kind of making of, wrap-up summary of the entire experience. It's like 40-something minutes long, and watch that. I'm gonna like kind of summarize what I got from the whole entire thing, but like definitely go and watch the whole thing because it's really, really good. It's good YouTube. But I'll give you a little tiny summary. Yeah, he basically just went over the creation of the channel, why he did it, and how he did it. It seems that this all started in 2021. In 2021, he was wrapping up work on Smash Bros, and he received a request to submit a proposal for a new game. That, of course, is going to be the subject of a different video. We can't even begin to touch on that right now, that he's working on a new game. But basically, he received this request, and then he was just finishing up work with Sora. Sora was the final DLC character for Smash, and so he was going to assemble a team. He submitted the proposal, and he was actually gonna make a game, but he needed to assemble a team, and apparently that takes time. It can take several months worth of time just to set up a team. So he found himself with a chunk of blank time with nothing to do. And as we all know, the man is a complete workaholic. He should have just done nothing. He should rest. The poor man needs to rest in all seriousness, but he decided, hey, I'm getting old, and this could be a unique opportunity. This is not the sort of thing that happens very often for me. Free time. And so he went back to something that he has always wanted to do. He's always been passionate about just spreading knowledge of game development, game design. He wants to teach people, and and in the past he's done like lectures, but he's like, man, you spend so much time preparing these lectures, and they get seen by a few hundred people. Maybe if you're lucky, it'll get streamed online or something. Apparently, he's written a bunch of books. Didn't know that. I don't know if any of them have been translated or what, but he's written a bunch of books. But he says that like, yeah, but people don't read books. Not enough people read books. So he wanted to do something bigger. He just seems to have this passion for spreading knowledge, and he wants to let everyone know all the stuff that he's learned through, nearly a lifetime of working in the game industry. And I think that's amazing. I think that's really cool that he's so passionate about that. And so he just thought, what's the best way for me to spread this knowledge? And he came to the conclusion, a YouTube channel. It just made sense. He could just we were already all really tuned in to anything he posts on social media, videos he does. We love Sakurai. We love watching all the Smash deep dives and all that stuff. So I think he made the right choice. But because this was such a rare opportunity for him, because it was a relatively small amount of time, he decided to Sakurai it. He decided to go about it like Sakurai goes about doing anything. He threw himself at it. And during this, apparently, he planned and wrote and recorded like pretty much all of his videos, 260 videos when all was said and done. During this chunk of time, he wrote that many, and he's like talking about the process and how many scripts that was per day and how much recording that was. And it's unfathomable. I just cannot even. He treated it like a job. He treated it like a full-time job. He basically workaholicked his way into making a YouTube channel and doing almost everything. He front-loaded the whole thing because he knew that work would start again and he would start working on his game, and he needed most of that preliminary planning and recording work to be done. So that's what he did. He did just a humongous amount of work, very, very fast, treated it like a job, and I have to say, it is so... humanizing, I suppose, is the word. It's something, hearing him discussing the problems that we YouTubers face all the time. Very surreal, you know. It's Sakurai. He's this like godlike figure. He's in the gaming space. He's this entity. He's barely human. But then hearing him going through all these problems of like, oh yeah, street noise outside, having to stop a take when a truck goes by, and then like losing your train of thought, and then like, you know, he recorded most of this, but then later in editing he would have to like re-record lines. Oh no, but I sold my house and now I'm in a different house, so now the room ambience is gonna sound different. Like, oh my gosh, this is all stuff that we have to deal with, and it's just it's fascinating. It's surreal to hear him going over all the same stuff. It's really, really cool. Apparently he uses a directional mic. That's the kind that I use. I feel like most people don't. Like a shotgun mic. That's what I use. I feel like a lot of people use like lapel mics or that kind of thing. I've always thought the directional worked out really well for me. So that's cool. And it really cannot be overstated just how much he gave to this project and how much he cared about it. Because I also know how difficult and frustrating it can be to record a video and in the middle of the editing process be like, this line needs to change. This piece of like footage needs to change, and doing that after the fact is really frustrating. But apparently the whole entire time he was fine-tuning the script, re-recording stuff. He captured so much of the footage himself. He pretty much exclusively used fresh footage, original footage. He himself has a massive game collection, so like so much of it was just captured by him using his own games captured just for these videos. And you know, as he was doing his channel over the course of years, new games came out, so he'd have to like retcon some stuff and put in footage from a new game because it helped communicate his point better. There was no detail that he was willing to spare, no amount of work that was too much. And that's just so cool. This is really, really cool. And he knew that he was going to need help with post-production, so he went to a company called Hike, and it's really funny. He talks about emailing them and them being really suspicious that this was really Sakurai. And I understand that. I get a lot of emails, and a lot of them are fake. I've been getting ones from quote-unquote Sony for the last couple of weeks, wanting to work with me. I just got to give them my address and social and all that stuff, bank account info. But yeah, he hooked up with them for post-production. He hooked up with a popular like translation company so he could do all these videos. And that's the other thing, Japanese and English versions of all of these things. And Hike also helped collecting footage sometimes. It was a big collaborative thing. And, you know, obviously you watch his videos and they're short, but there really is like so much there. The editing is so good. It's so snappy. There's so many just like unique little animations. Apparently even like him like doing the hand chops and stuff. Like he didn't expect them to like run with that and do all this fun little background stuff. The effects coming out of his hands. They just did such a good job. And at this point he was working on his game, and he was basically spending like almost all of his free time, the rest of his time, on the channel and just, you know, working with them and finalizing things and approving videos and uploading them and posting and all of that stuff. Apparently each video basically took 3 months each. And of course it's not to say one video takes 3 months from start to finish. It's because there are so many in production at any given time. I remember learning that about The Simpsons. I remember hearing that, like, making a Simpsons episode is some, like, super duper long process. But yeah, they started going up, and again, another really interesting thing is hearing his perspective on the reception to these videos. Because, comments, YouTube comments, it's a thing. It's a real thing. You gotta have a thick skin. You're gonna get comments of all different kinds. And it's just so interesting to see him not just coming in here and giving us this amazing YouTube channel, this amazing resource, but then, like, imagining him looking at the analytics and the number of likes that he gets and reading the comments, and that, like, really having an effect on him. And he even said, he even mentioned, like, yeah, sometimes they would act like they didn't get it, or like they would just do a joke. And then I thought I must have not reached them. And I just wanted to reach in the screen and pat him on the shoulder. Dude, no, you cannot take it personally. If they drop in here with a joke or a meme, that is not a failure on your part. You did not fail to reach them. It's literally an inevitability. So another just really interesting part of it, just him really and truly responding to comments and like what they do to you psychologically. It's a thing. And perhaps the biggest and most shocking takeaway from this whole video was the revelation that he paid for this YouTube channel completely out of pocket. 100% out of pocket. Apparently, it cost him, all the editing and translation and everything, about $630,000. $630,000. That's a lot. That is a lot. Because I mean, like, I don't know how. Would you even consider him wealthy? I really don't know. I don't know how much money he makes. I know Smash has been very popular. I don't know if because his company Sora is technically an independent company. He's done a lot of stuff for Nintendo, but he does not work for Nintendo. I don't know if that means also sharing in the revenue from Smash. Who really knows? But like, however you slice it, $630,000 is a lot, and he is such a better person than me. I'll tell you, he's such a better person than me, because he did all of this purely for the good of gamer kind. He did this so that he could hopefully say maybe he made a positive mark on the gaming landscape and just raise things up, increase the amount of knowledge going around, even just a little bit. He wanted to have a tangible imprint on the industry. And that's why he didn't even monetize it. I mean, like, okay, we all hate mid-roll ads, you don't do mid-roll ads, but I mean, not even pre-roll ads. He got a lot of views on these videos. He could have made a lot of money. He could have at least recouped a pretty okay amount of those costs. At least some. At least a bit, But he didn't want to. He just wanted to make this a 100% free resource. He's an amazing guy. It's just $630,000 straight out of pocket. Nothing from Nintendo. Nothing from Nintendo. They helped him. He did mention that. They were really cool about it. He took all this stuff to Nintendo. He ran everything by them. Apparently, they asked for very few changes. He was able to reveal a lot of details about Smash. He gave us, like, developer footage and alpha builds and all that. Just all really amazing stuff. But they did not give him 1 cent. It's all completely out of pocket. And I don't know. It's really cool. I think it's amazing. And he seems to be done for the most part. He said it's possible that he might come back to the channel later to do something else with it, but at least at the moment, he made every video he wanted to make, talking about every point he wanted to talk about. And I'm over here like, dude, you could post daily vlogs. You could just literally talk about anything. Talk about your cat. You have a cute cat. You love your cat. Everybody loves that you love your cat. You put the video, you showed him, feeding him the yogurt. It's super cute. Just do that. Just do that. People would eat it up. Even if you got to start a new channel. people would eat it up. That's my recommendation to him. Just like do it, but like do it easy. Do it fun. Do whatever is simple and does not require very much work at all. Which, you know what? I mean, that includes not doing it at all, not taking my advice. Don't do YouTube. That's also a great idea. That's also a really, that's a good idea right there. How about like not doing anything for a while? Oops, never mind. He's working on a game now.